It's the book of Alpha running, man, homie. Read it or weep.
Alright, man, this is what we gonna do. We gonna talk about a topic today, man. Folks been asking me about this, man, and I feel like this is the way a man's supposed to live his life in this society when it comes to dealing with these women, man. Ain't one way you can deal with women in this society, man. And the reality of that is most men ain't living that way, and most men trying to live a life that's been prescribed to them by a society that ain't got no concern with your success, your health, your wealth, or none of that, man. So I was talking about this with one of my OG homies, man, and you know, my OG homies, man, is probably the most thorough nigga. He's a nigga from TV for most of you niggas, man. Like he's a TV personality, man. Like you wouldn't even believe he's real. He's 60 years old, man, and he still got a 6-pack and Adonis cuts. I say again, he's 60 years old and he still got a 6-pack and Adonis cuts. So I'm talking about a man that's you wouldn't even believe he exists, man, if you ain't knowing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed to have a brother like this, man, in my life and been in my life for a long time, man, to help a young brother, you know, before I found my stripes, man, help a young brother find the direction to go in his life, man. So salute to my big homie, man. You know, that's the only big homie I got, man. Everybody else who's my big homie, I surpassed them. So he the only big homie I got, man. So salute to him. But I was talking to him about this topic, man. And he was saying, hey, man, and he subscribed to me, man. He listens to me. He don't never comment, man, because, I mean, you know, he still got a life that he want to protect the world from or protect himself from the world, you know, protect that life from the world. So I say this to you, man. Anytime a man has the capacity to benefit your life, man, just by giving you some game, that man is a valuable asset to your life, man. And you got to give that man his respect every time you come across him. Now, I know a lot of boys out here don't have that in their life, man, because they didn't have no father in their life. But let me tell you something. Sometimes God put the fatherly spirit in another man in your life. And every time, he ain't got to be a man that's old enough to be your father. You understand what I'm saying? Because technically speaking, I've got some game from some men, man, who just a couple years older than me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't never got no game from nobody that was younger than me. But I've always been around OGs. So when you put men around me that's my age, they ain't gonna be able to really give me no information or no game, because I done got so much game from so many men that's more renowned than they are and a little bit farther along than they are, hell, a lot bit farther along. So what we gonna talk about today, man, is how to live a pimp life in a square world. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is tell you that in the square world, it's just an imitation of a pimp life. It ain't really a pimp life. You understand? If you put a pimp in the square world, it's child play to him. You understand what I'm saying? If you put a show enough pimp that's been in that game, man, in the square world, these women in the square world are game and they lame, man. Let me tell you something. As soon as I stepped foot in here and decided, man, I'm gonna deal with women in the square world, hey, man, I was like, wait a minute. Now these women got to be slow, because I'm used to dealing with women that's fast, man. Some women that got game in them. And these women ain't got no game in them. So I don't even understand how boys be getting caught up in these situations where a woman controlling them when she ain't even got no game. And then I said, you know what? It's a shame. Because if the woman ain't got no game and she can get in the man brain, then the man sure enough ain't got no game. You understand what I'm saying? So let me tell you like this here. When you ask yourself something like this, how can a square man, a lame, live the life of a pimp in the square world? I ain't gonna even say a lame. How can a normal man live a life of a pimp in the world? What I mean by that is the similarities, the way you interact with women. You see a pimp, he got a whole bunch of women, and they all love his energy. They don't love him, they love his energy. And he loved them, but not like a square love a woman. He don't love them to the point where a part of him gonna die if she leave. Now, a part of his pocket gonna die if she leave, but a part of his life, a part of his manhood ain't gonna leave him because a woman decides she wants to go somewhere. And the difference between a pimp and the average man out here, the pimp always leave the door open for the return of a hoe, because when she come back, she got to come back and she got to do right. She got to show something. She got to show that she's sorry. She can't just say what these bras be saying to these squares, I'm sorry, baby. No, she got to show it with her actions. She got to show up with her action and bring the satisfaction of what her purse packing. You understand what I'm saying? Now let me tell you like this here, man. It's a hard life as a pimp, because you got these women around you and you got to wrap your mind around the concept that every day when your woman ain't around you, she's going out having sex with other men. with multiple men. And you can't look at her like she nasty. You can't hold it against her. You got to accept her, and you got to make her feel like she's still a very valuable woman to you, because you want her to keep going out doing what she's doing. Now that's why so many men out here in this world can't handle that. I mean, being a man out here ain't gonna be able to handle that thing because it's just a little bit too raw.
Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this real shit. And as always, alpha's up, beta's down. Peace.